3 years ago, I would have been like living my life day to day, thinking about, okay, how am I going to get money tonight? What am I going to eat? Where am I going to sleep and stuff? When I look back, man, it's kind of rough, honestly, thinking about like what my life could have been if I didn't fix my stuff. I got kicked out at a pretty young age, around like 13-ish. And I just kind of had nowhere to go. In and out of shelters, fucking in and out of jail. It's a pretty hard time. Started losing the people around me one by one, kind of slowly at first, but then as it got worse, I kind of started losing them faster and faster. And I was like, down to my last few people, and I was like, well, I gotta do something different.
He was going through a lot, like going through homelessness. He was battling his addictions, and seeing him go through all that was hard, like very, very hard, because I knew he had so much potential. He can do literally almost anything as long as he puts his mind to it.
When it comes to working with youth, I always just focus on relationship and just those basic needs. It's really a matter of meeting them where they are and really taking things slow, being authentic, being transparent with them, giving them time and space to make their own choices. Compassion goes a really long way.
I heard about a shelter that was taking in youths. I decided to try to give it a shot instead of living on the streets in the cold. I was a bit nervous, honestly. There was a lot of people. I don't really do people that well, you know? But after a while, got better. It was the way the staff were always there to try and help you in any way they could. And even after I got out of the program, the support was still there.
Dillin is a very sweet kid. When I very first met him, he was very shut down, very closed. Building trust with Dillin, I guess, just was time. Just taking my time to actually know what was important to him, what mattered to him and who he was. Our kids look for belonging anywhere they can, so it was challenging to sort of get him out of that mindset and get him to focus on himself. Learning about who he really was rather than that sort of personality that he was wearing to keep himself safe.
He didn't know who he was, and just being there for him and trying to figure that out. You just recognize them for who they are without judgment, right? Like, all you have in the streets is who you are, what your persona is. That's what they live on. And to see somebody that can be honest, that can be vulnerable, right? Like, I think that's what kids are looking for, is just to be seen.
And with Dillin's story, I know that he first came in and was in youth housing programs, but has since moved on and was in our Sustainable Families program. He's kind of growing through the system, and now he's living in community, which is really exciting, and Trellis has been able to support him in different ways.
So honestly, what really helped me in my recovery was just sticking it through. Like, there were so many times I just wanted to get up and leave, but then like take a minute and like think about it. Is that really what you want?
I think I started to see a different side of Dillin, where he was identifying things that he felt from his past. He started to talk more about his anxieties and his worries and his mental health. He started to identify that some of the things that he was doing were, not the best for his future, and he started to have fun more.
We're not like a cookie cutter, one size fits all. We really want to meet people where they're at and making sure that everyone has the supports that they actually need and connecting them with the people in their community that can help them take those changes into their lives moving forward.
No, I never thought I'd have a life like this, honestly. It's changed drastically, man. I've gotten sober, I have a daughter, got my own place.
The fact that now we have an actual place to call home, not just a house, like a home that we built together and for our child, and it feels like a dream. It feels so surreal. Waking up next to Dillin every day, seeing how much he's changed and how much of a happier person he is. If we can do this, we've gone this far, we can do anything.
The work that we're doing today, you might not see the direct impact today. We might not see it for generations to come. And I think Dillin's story reflects both pieces of that. He's broken that cycle of seeing his own family have involvement with children's services. And so I think his story does reflect Trellis's bigger goal of that generational impact, where He's changed the direction of where his family's going.
When we met Dillin, we had no idea that he would be a youth that we would tell stories about one day.
The best way for people to change is to be inspired, to have hope. I think the message is it's possible, and if you want it, go get it.
As we walk with kids and as we relentlessly engage them and support them, it's going to motivate and change future generations.
There's no way I could have got to where I am alone. All the people that helped me on my journey, I'm so grateful for them, honestly.
What you're going through now doesn't define you forever. It doesn't define your future. Even if it feels like there's no hope, there will always be hope.